Adrian got sideswiped on Paseo de Peralta in Santa Fe. Within 5 days, the other driver's insurance company offered her $4,500. She was still icing her shoulder every night and hadn't even gotten her MRI results back just yet. The adjuster told her this was a fair offer, and that if she waited, the number could actually go down. I'm Damon Hudson. Some people call me Attorney Damon with Hudson Injury Law. That adjuster was not looking out for Adrian. And I'm going to tell you exactly why offers happen fast and what they're hoping you don't figure out. Let me tell you something I learned very clearly as a personal injury attorney. Early settlement offers in New Mexico accident cases are not generosity. They are a deliberate, calculated strategy. The insurance company makes a quick offer because this is the cheapest moment to close your claim. They know things about your case trajectory that you don't know yet, and they are betting real money that you'll take their lowball number before you figure out the full picture. Here's why that offer comes fast. Right after an accident in New Mexico, you don't know the full extent of your injuries. You might feel sore, you might have some bruising on your arms, your legs, wherever, and you might feel stiff. You might think it's going to clear up in a couple of weeks with rest, ibuprofen, and just a little bit of time. But soft tissue injuries, disc herniations, torn ligaments, nerve damage, these things sometimes don't fully manifest for weeks or even months after an accident. That's something I've seen play out hundreds of times in personal injury cases, and adjusters and actuaries know it too. They want to close your file before that MRI comes back showing something that makes your case worth something. The second reason the offer comes fast is leverage. Right now, you're in a vulnerable position. Your car is damaged or totaled. You might be missing work. You have medical bills coming in that you wouldn't have budgeted for. You'll be stressed, in pain, and you probably just want some sense of normalcy back. Let's say a $4,500 or an $8,000 offer sounds pretty attractive at that point when you're staring at a pile of problems and you don't know how long this is going to take. The insurance company knows that people under financial stress make fast decisions. That isn't a coincidence. That's their business model. Third, and this is the one that really bothers me. Once you accept their offer and sign the release, in most cases, your claim is over, and it's very hard to come back later for more money, even if you find out you need surgery, long-term treatment, or whatever other further medical care. You can't renegotiate. In almost every case, you cannot file a lawsuit after signing that release. I've seen hundreds of these releases. They are designed to make sure you cannot reopen the claim. That is the main goal. That is what they are paying for. There are rare circumstances where a release can be challenged, but you should assume it is final. If you've got one of those fast offers, I'd love to hear what they told you in the comments. Were they friendly? Did they make it sound like a favor? How quickly after the collision was it? So let me put some real numbers on this so you can actually see what's at stake though. Let's say the insurance company offers you $6,000 within 2 weeks. Your medical bill is so far about $3,000, so you'd pocket $3,000 and be done with the whole mess. That generally sounds reasonable and does to most people. What you don't know yet is that your doctor is going to recommend physical therapy twice a week for 4 months. They might recommend an epidural injection. And when the PT isn't enough, maybe surgery if that conservative treatment doesn't hold. By the time your treatment is actually finished, your medical bills alone might be $40,000 to $60,000. Your lost wages could be somewhere up to $15,000. And your pain and suffering, the months of disrupted sleep, the inability to pick up your kids, the anxiety every time you get in a car, that has real value under New Mexico state law. That $6,000 offer is a tiny fraction of what your case is actually worth. And the insurance company knew that when they made it. They did not miscalculate. That was a tactical strategy. I've had clients call me after they already settled, and those are some of the hardest conversations I have to have, because at that point, there is nothing I can do. One woman called me because she had accepted an $8,000 offer for what turned out to be a 2-level disc herniation, and it ultimately required fusion of her back. Her medical costs alone were somewhere over $100,000, and I had to tell her that there was nothing I could do. Now, the fast offer situation is actually part of a larger playbook that insurance companies run in the first 72 hours after your accident. I have a video on exactly what adjusters do in that window, step by step. So how do you protect yourself? First, do not accept any settlement offer while you are still in active medical treatment. Get care, period. That should be your number one goal. If your doctor hasn't told you that you've reached what's called maximum medical improvement, or MMI, meaning you're as healed as you're going to get, it is too early to settle. You do not know what the total picture looks like yet. Second, understand that the adjuster works for the insurance company. They don't work for you. They might be nice. They might seem like they actually even care. But their job is to close the claim for as little as possible and sometimes as fast as possible. Every dollar they save is a point in their favor. Third, talk to a personal injury attorney in New Mexico before you sign anything. Most of us do free consultations. A car accident lawyer can look at your case, look at their offer, and tell you in about 15 minutes whether their number is reasonable or whether you should push back and see if you should actually do anything further to protect yourself. Now, I want to address the fear that a lot of people have of this taking forever. Here's the reality. Many personal injury cases in New Mexico resolve in somewhere between 6 and 9 months, at most over a year. In complex or litigated cases, those do take longer. But during that entire time, there's no attorney fee up front. We work on contingency, meaning that you don't pay anything unless and until we receive money for your case. How case costs are handled is going to be spelled out in your fee agreement, so ask about that upfront with any attorney. But you are not writing checks to your personal injury lawyer every month while you're still recovering. The question isn't whether you can afford to wait. The question is whether you can afford to accept 10% of what you are actually owed because of what happened to you, all because you wanted this to be over faster. Have you settled a claim on your own and later wondered if you've left money on the table? A lot of people have. Drop it in the comments and tell us some more. The early offer is designed to prevent you from ever knowing what your accident claim is actually worth. That's why it comes fast. That's why the adjuster is friendly. And that's why you need a free consultation with a car accident attorney here in New Mexico before you sign anything. The insurance company has a team of professionals, a team of lawyers who are managing your claim, adjusters, analysts, and more attorneys who are on retainer. You deserve at least one person on your side who knows the system as well as they do. If you want to see the full playbook behind that early offer, I have a video on what adjusters do in the first 72 hours after your accident. It'll make a lot more sense once you see the whole sequence. Subscribe for more. Hudson Injury Law, 505-416-4150. Thanks and have a great day.